Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Lorraine and I am going to be covering in this video Capricorn Sun with Leo Moon. I'm going to start off the video by describing Capricorn Sun in detail and what a typical Capricorn Sun is like, and then I will be talking about the moon placements and how that probably interacts with the Capricorn Sun. And if there's certain aspects of the Capricorn description that doesn't quite make sense or resonate with you, stay tuned until you hear your moon placement, and then it will probably tie together quite nicely and make a lot of sense. But first, a really quick announcement that I want to make. I'm going to be giving away a free chart reading to one lucky winner of new subscribers to my channel. So stay tuned to the end of the video and I will tell you how you can enter this draw and potentially win, and where I will announce the winner so that you can see if you won. So a typical Capricorn Sun is serious, ambitious, intelligent, and motivated by success and wealth. Not in excess though. So they want to be well off in the sense that they want to be comfortable, they want to be like not stressed about money. And so they're the type of people that will plan for retirement at a really young age. They'll save for retirement, they'll invest in stocks, what have you. They're usually quite motivated by money, but not in an excessive way. They're hard workers, good employees, but most are drawn to financial independence and financial freedom in some capacity. So they're not the kind of people that are happy just working any job. They're not going to be happy working a minimum wage job for most of their life. They're not. They want to move up the ladder and make more money where they can live comfortably. If they're not doing that, they're investing, they're maybe starting a business, what have you. They want to be set financially. Capricorns can kind of come across as know-it-all sometimes. They like to be the best and they are intelligent and stuff, so they can come across a little bit as like a know-it-all. Capricorns are very like straight into the point. They don't beat around the bush. They don't really offer any cool, insightful information. They'll kind of just give you like the blunt truth, and they're not philosophical really is the point I was trying to get to, because there's the big difference, because I was just talking about Sagittarius season last. Capricorns are not like Sagittarius very much. They're very not philosophical, so they're not the kind of one that's willing to entertain ideas like, oh, maybe I could do it this way, or maybe I could do it this way. Be like, no, you just do it. Like, you just do it. Capricorns are very reliable, dependable, and thorough, so they most of the time would rather do something themselves than delegate or have someone else do it. So they can just kind of have a lot of pride in what they do and just don't maybe really trust that other people would do as good of a job with them, which in a lot of cases can be true. So they also like to be prepared and sometimes over prepared. Capricorns are very methodical and diligent planners, and so they're the kind of people that would have a 10-year plan, and they're definitely more big picture than the other two earth signs of Taurus and Virgo. Taurus is definitely very like live in the moment and explore, like just have these daily pleasures of living in the moment, and Virgo is just like very like driven and focused and nitpicky. But Capricorns are a lot more big picture in the way they go about planning things. Like I mentioned, they're saving for retirement at a young age, they're investing, but they're the type to make plans with a laundry list of ways that it might not work or could go wrong. So Capricorns can be quite pessimistic, but they would consider themselves realists, like most pessimists would. Because like I mentioned, they figure out all the ways that things could go wrong, and while those things are true and quite factual, because Capricorns aren't like dramatic in the way they make lists, they're very factual, right? So they're making this list of all the ways these things could go wrong, but it's still like you could also write a list of how it could go right, but Capricorns aren't just really wired that way. So kind of like the glass half full, glass half empty. They're just not very optimistic. They're more pessimistic, but they consider themselves to be realists. Capricorns can also be quite cold. Now, this is definitely a downside when it comes to being social. So Capricorns can struggle socially a bit because they can come across cold, but that's actually what makes them so reliable and level-headed, and why you're able to depend on them in, say, a crisis, right? So, well, they're the kind of people when everyone else is like freaking the out, they're the ones that are very level-headed and calm and collected, and it's because they're able to be very level-headed and reasonable and know what to do when everyone else is freaking out. They also do really desire to be the best. Like I mentioned, they're ambitious, so Capricorns do kind of below the surface. They're definitely not as brazen about it as some of the fire signs that want to be the best, but Capricorns do want to be the best, and that can actually hinder them in some ways because they want to be the best, but they also dislike change, and so that can kind of result in them becoming stagnant. Because it can lead to them rather being a big fish in a small pond and never really expanding anywhere, where it would result in them not being the best. Now I'm going to get to the moon signs. I just wanted to let you know real quick about my Kickstarter campaign that I am about to launch at the end of the month, end of January. So if you're watching this and it's February, then I've already launched. So I will leave a link in the description. This Kickstarter campaign will help support my work with astrology. It'll help me keep uploading more and better content. It'll allow me to do this full time. It'll also help me print this beautiful tarot deck that I designed. So check out the link in the description and consider backing it. I have a lot of great reward tiers. If you want to learn more about it, I have a video uploaded on my channel, as well as if it is already launched, then there is a video on the Kickstarter campaign. So I'd really appreciate it if you check it out. That will help me continue making content like this and making stuff even better. So now we get to Leo Moon. Now this is a really interesting pairing because, again, quite different from Capricorn, but not incompatible. So it's been really interesting. So a typical Leo Moon is very energetic, charismatic, passionate, and loves to be the center of attention. Leos can be, really Leo placements in general can be known for the big ego and needing to keep that in check, and that is very much the case with this pairing. I'll get to that though. So basically Leo Moons are very passionate and they're very social. They love people, they like connecting with people, but they like connecting with people when they look good and they're the center of attention. They're very motivated by status and luxury, mainly status. They want to be popular, they want to be well liked, they want to have a lot of things, and so that coupled with the Capricorn that wants to be the best and that plans ahead for financial needs and is also tends to be motivated by money. This is going to be very much the case with a Leo Moon, and it could be, like I mentioned, Capricorn is motivated by finances, but they're motivated not necessarily in an excessive way where they want excess. They just want to be comfortable. They want to be able to do what they want to do. They don't want to be, a slave at a minimum wage job for the rest of their life. So that's going to be on steroids with the Leo Moon. Capricorn also wants to be the best. Leo Moon wants to be the center of attention and they want to be the most popular. They're motivated by status and they're definitely motivated by financial gain as well, and that will be more so the case having a Capricorn Sun. But having the Leo Moon with the Capricorn Sun makes for a pairing that is extremely charming and is able to get whatever they want. The Fire Moon will really push the Capricorn Sun to be able to overcome the resistance to change and the love of routine and order and stuff. So Leo Moon is definitely the fire sign that will help push, like having a Leo Moon, Fire Moon in general, when you have an Earth Sun, does definitely help push you out of your comfort zone and change in some way and take risks. But then having the Capricorn Sun means that you have the perseverance to actually finish things and actually have a practical approach to accomplishing what your Fire Moon wants. So having the Leo Moon that wants status, that wants to be the center of attention, that wants to just be a big deal. The Capricorn is going to find a very practical, methodical way of approaching it. It's a little similar to what I mentioned with the Aries moon. Fire placements are really good for starting stuff. Earth placements are really good for like finishing things and seeing them through. And so whenever you have a fire earth pairing, you really can do anything that you put your mind to, and that's definitely the case with this pairing. So the weaknesses that you may see with this pairing is because the Leo moon has a tendency to kind of be vain, maybe self-centered and very bossy. So if they're not careful, that could maybe get the better of them. It could maybe turn people off of them, especially because Capricorns are intelligent and ambitious and also want to be the best and have a tendency of coming across like a know-it-all. So having this pairing, there's definitely the negative tendency of becoming kind of just very egotistical and self-centered. And so that's something to watch with this pairing. But if they're evolved, Leo placements in general tend to be very generous and have really big hearts, especially for people that they're close to. So that, coupled with the Capricorn's reliability, like Capricorn will always be there for someone if they need it, if they're healthy. So having this pairing means that you would really have someone who has your back if they are healthy and evolved, and they're also just really able to get what they want. The Leo moon definitely makes the Capricorn a lot more socially capable and a lot more humorous and just a lot more brazen than a typical Capricorn, and someone that is probably a lot more motivated by the way they look and the way they present themselves. While there's the negative tendency that this pairing could be egotistical and self-centered, there's also the flip side where this pairing could actually be a little there's Leo placements in general, especially Leo moon, tends to rely a little too much on other people's praise and affirmations and compliments in order to feel good about themselves. And so whenever a Leo moon doesn't have that, that's when they can slip into being quite mean and even slip into narcissism. And then having the Capricorn moon, who can be quite cold and calculating, it is a pairing that if they don't have like the support around them, and if they just aren't intrinsically confident in and of themselves, then that could go downhill quite quickly. But like I said, this is a pairing that would do really well in, I think, like career, and is probably even more so driven to be either manager, boss, CEO, just go out on their own. But this is a pairing that is not okay being on the bottom of the food chain when it comes to their work. Thank you for watching all the way through. As promised, I am going to be having a draw. Someone can win a free astrology chart reading from myself. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel if you like the content and you like what I'm doing, and then comment below letting me know that you have done so. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to be taking all the names, drawing a name, and I will announce the winner on the video that I will be releasing on January 30th. January 30th, I'm going to be making a transit video talking about all the major astrology transits for the month of February, and at the beginning of that video I will announce the winner of the free chart reading, so stay tuned for that. So that is all I have planned for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my description of this pairing. If you did and you like my YouTube channel and the content that I am making for it, or if you are just a Capricorn that has some change to spare, I would really appreciate if you would check out my Kickstarter campaign. I will leave a link in the description. Like I mentioned, the tarot deck is really beautiful. I'm really proud of it. There's also a lot of other great rewards that you can get if you donate, so at least check it out and I would really appreciate it. If you're not able to afford to donate, then I do understand, but if the project does resonate with you and you do like it, then I would also really appreciate if you'd just be willing to share it with a couple of friends that are into astrology and tarot and see if they are able to either donate or share it as well. That is all. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.